Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sin Providence Episode 37. As always, I am your storyteller, Mike Martin, joined by two of my beautiful players today, Dot and Josh.
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy doody.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, you know.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, I guess I can't complain. I'm a few days out from Gen Con, so it's kind of my whole
Yeah.
whole life right now, everybody, is just Gen Con.
Well, yeah, it's actually probably a good lead into what I was gonna say next. If you haven't noticed, appreciate your patience because it's been tumultuous multiple weeks for us here scheduling wise. Not only has my roof leaked multiple times, but it's fucking con season, and I always forget just how insane con season is because I'm not really in con season anymore. But as you can see,
So hard, y'all.
we have two players out of our five. And
I'm one of the people going to a con.
Exactly.
They
Like,
have to book me weeks in advance.
so
Look,
Yeah,
I'm
Josh
doing
is
them a
very
favor here.
Appreciate you taking time out of your very busy schedule, Josh, to come
You're
play
welcome.
with us.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, shit's just crazy, so appreciate your patience. I feel like we say that every single summer as we play these games, but it continues to be true and will continue to be true for the years to come, I'm sure.
Yep, life be lifing hard.
Yeah, but we'll play for a bit. We're gonna play for a bit today. We can't. I don't know if it'll be a full show, obviously, but we're gonna play for a bit because we haven't played in weeks and we want to be playing because we miss playing Vampire. It's a good time, so we'll jump into
and
that.
it's not like there's nothing to do in the story, so.
No,
Yeah,
God,
that's
no.
one of the things. We started being like, what on earth are we going to do? And then Dot was like, oh, well, we could look up this
Blah, blah,
thing.
blah. Or
Oh,
here's
and
my-
then
blah,
this.
blah, blah.
And then I killed a guy, so...
Yeah, there's plenty. For
And then
you to
Matthew's just
all-
like, wait, don't go live. I have to read something, which you know is a bad sign, so.
Well, yeah, I just need to make sure I am informed in case a very particular thing happens that may or may not happen. We'll see if we have the time.
Cool.
Before we go, thank you guys so much for being here, supporting us wherever you. Jesus Christ, I even saw that on my screen, Josh. What the fuck happened? You clicked on
I
something
turned
and
my key lights
got
on.
flashbanged. Your whole face just went pitch white for half a second. That was crazy. Yeah,
Getting his character.
Before we can go, you can support us. If you want to support us, you can head over at patreon.com/podbynight to support us to get your after shows and just directly support this show. You can also subscribe here on Twitch for some emotes, or you can just head over to our free Discord and join the community. All that stuff's in the Twitch chat right now. The other thing I'll say is I have nothing. So I'm gonna just kidding. There's nothing.
I was about to say,
Nothing.
is there anything? I
No.
will say we've been better about getting videos up. If y'all see something weird or funky with the listing, please let us know. Same thing with the after shows, and we are in current conversations with Cracked Crown Crew to try to figure out
Yeah.
when that's going to kick back up. So put all
final
the
season of that
good
rolling.
vibes out into the universe, however it is that you do that, that we can find some crossover scheduling and get recording going.
Because that's the other. It's like never mind this show. The other show with con season is a whole other fucking.
Well, yeah,
nightmare.
then you want to talk about Mark Neer and Jason Charles Miller,
Yeah.
who are literally famous, and trying to get
I
them
was
to
looking
sit
at
down with
Jason's
us. Yeah.
Instagram last night, and he was like, "Here's backstage at my giant rock concert."
Concert
I'm like,
of millions
Jesus,
of
dude.
people, yeah, thousands of people. So yeah, it's definitely difficult, but we're gonna figure it out because we're chopping at the bit as much as I think you guys are. At least chat seems to be around getting the show back up. So we were even talking about what happened last time. So
Speaking of,
we are. Oh yeah,
what
happened last time?
Yeah, you want to give us a recap? You can both try and give us.
I was
a
about to say,
recap
well,
of what
you know,
happened last
I
week.
don't take my notes like Tracy does, so mine are not chronological. So that ain't
That's okay.
how my mystery journal works. But
No, that's all right.
if I remember correctly, we went to go deal with seems like strong words. We went to go speak with the gangrel at the Fight Club, Janet and Leon, to try to get that simmer
Make
down.
the most of the situation.
There you go. Make the most of the opportunity that Leon set up for us, which Janet kind of did by basically saying, hey, there's a reason we didn't go to the sheriff with this. It was requested from a Bruja because something or someone that he cares for was in a similar series of murders that's been going on. The gangrel still weren't entirely convinced, but they were like, oh, the big thing was we got the death of that gangrel off David's head and made it seem like it was part of a larger series of crimes. Just wrap it up in another serial killer's problem. And then, we spent a little bit of time at the Fight Club. Janet kind of learned that Leon wants to learn how to fight, which she thinks is noble. And I think Leon probably learned that Janet has some name clout recognition, which is good, which is fun, which was
That was
fun.
right.
Very fun for Janet.
Yeah. A couple people recognized Janet as she walked in, because she does have a dot in cam status. If I
Actually, I
remember
think I have
correctly.
two.
You might have
Yeah.
two. Yeah.
There was a wonderful moment where I was like, well, yeah, I know her, but how do you know her?
It's like,
Yeah.
just know her, man. Yeah, so I've got two in Camarilla status. So that happened, and that was kind of fun and cool.
I think it was also that conversation you had with that guy too for Josh's character, for Leon, was kind of his first important impression of like, no, this is why killing kindred is dangerous, because there's
Yes.
like the gangrel kind of, I think, made a pretty good point of just being like, no, if somebody's diablerizing other kindred, we have a real problem on our hands. And Leon, I think I often forget, Leon is a new kindred in a lot of ways, so he probably didn't understand, never really realized the import
right,
of the difference
all the
between a
right
kindred dying.
intent and all the wrong impact when he ended up having that conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we went back and met and sat around with David for a while, who is still kind of riding the struggle bus with his identity. Was this the episode that No, that was the episode before where I told Liz that we're all vampires.
Yes, but he was struggling with the Liz question as well. He'd gone and made art about it, about his
That's right.
internal
His
identity issues.
He was also working on a piece for the name we finally had, who he thought one of the identities maybe was like in his.
He finished that piece too.
Yeah, and he finished.
Yeah,
that piece.
yeah. Leon got to see it.
That I
and
do have
ask him
an
questions about it.
Athemos Veronis.
Was it the Greek guy or was it the guy we don't have a
The
name
name
for?
is Greek for sure.
Right, but
And this is
which
the guy
of the
that was
many
this is,
floating heads was it?
This was also the one of his personalities that was set to expire. Made that note, big bold, set to expire.
Oh yeah.
As if he was set to expire. So I thought that was very interesting. Made that note. What else did we do, Josh?
Goodness. Had a big heart-to-heart. Told that was right at the end. Leon told David that Liz was dangerous and he needed to get rid of her. And David was asking about what he could and should do with his newfound freedom. And Leon was like, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna give you my opinion, but also you seem to want to explore this, so go fuck up. I don't care.
Janet offered Liz a job.
That was it, yes.
And Janet offered, while you went and had a conversation with Dave, Janet offered Liz a job and basically said, hey, now that you're part of the family, why don't you get out of that shitty diner and come manage the storefront of basically the business? Just be the person that answers the phones and takes orders. And you'll be around. We can keep an eye on her. She wasn't as sold on that idea, but Janet was like,
I mean, she's a millionaire now, so...
You know she blew all that money. She said she didn't lose a dime. I don't believe her. Janet doesn't believe her because nobody goes on
She
a
didn't
trip.
win millions either. She won just tens of
thousands.
thousands.
Yeah, which, yeah. That being said, and then you and David had that kind of heart to heart, and you kind of told him like, "Hey, Liz, cats, get out! My cats. You should be in here.
That is what I said.
You're working. This is my rule for the cats. Unless if you're in this office, you better be working and putting them paws to work. Keep talking."
Yeah, so very much said that Liz is going to be stuck to him by the hip, and he's going to have to deal with that, which is kind of hypocritical because I don't think Magpie knows he's a ghoul yet, but that's another problem. Yeah, it's David has some questions to answer about how he wants to live his life. If he's trying to be a good person and a new person, then he's got some beast to struggle with.
Yeah,
It wasn't. Yeah.
It's very much like we're a big happy family, but also we eat people. So
yeah.
Sure. No, well, it wasn't last session that you went to the Sire, right? That was a session before that, or the one before that.
Who's
where you
Sire?
went to go talk to Annika.
That was
a couple of sessions
ago
ago.
with
sessions
Leon
ago.
and Betty.
Right?
But we do
Yeah.
have notes from that, and like Leon hasn't completely reported back on that yet. Things have kind of been crazy. Like there was like a whole bowling scene, y'all. If you missed it, you can go catch the
That's
episode
right,
over on
the bowling
YouTube. Like
scene
we were bowling
happened.
because Jenna's trying to
Thirsty
teach
cougars.
David that like
Yeah, the
some of
thirsty
what
cougar
he's
that you
the
blocked,
thirsty
you blocked.
Oh, girl, I cop-blocked her so hard. He is
You
not
did.
going home with a woman in leopard print. Not under Jenny's
I mean, I think that's what he likes.
As a woman who wears
don't think
leopard
he
print,
knows.
I'm telling you, David don't need to go home with her. No, but like
They're dangerous.
the big thing is that everybody in their own way, I think right now the coterie is all seeing David struggle because he feels maybe like the personalities are who he is and he hasn't found himself in all of that. He's like, I don't know if me sculpting is actually my enjoyment or somebody else's enjoyment, right? There's an identity crisis here. And so Janet's like, cool, well, let's go make your own experiences, your own memories, your own stuff. Have you ever been bowling? Right? Have you ever had a milkshake? Have you listened to Journey before? And so there's this piece of being normal and human. And I think that she's trying to bring to him so that he can figure out who he is in hopes that maybe like that personality supersedes. That's kind of where Janet's at. But yeah, there's a lot of TLC. And speaking of TLC, David and Leon went in the rock together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
At the end,
A
I think it's
little
kind of where
cuddle
we
puddle.
ended. Yeah, David was like, "Let me show you. I can show
Let me show you my rock.
Yeah, and he put his hand out. So that's kind of where we ended. Everybody was kind of going to bed after this night of, yes, Roman is going to get talked to by the gangrel, and there's probably going to be some things. So, but we all can't stay up in daylight hours, so might as well go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And on that, as we roll into the next evening, on this particular evening, Josh and obviously I need rouse checks from both of you.
Yeah.
But Josh is healing a final piece of aggravated damage, and so he needs to roll 3 additional checks. Oh
Ooh.
God!
Let me
The
roll.
luck is out of control. That's insane. He
I'm at hunger too.
Yeah, he rolled 1 failure for the first rouse and 3 successes for the next 3 rouses for the aggravated damage
right,
check,
so
which is
I
the final
didn't
piece
get
of
one.
aggravated damage, which came from what? Remind me again.
That was being dumb at the Fight Club.
Oh yeah, just going.
I want to
going
try
further,
it out.
yeah.
That looks fun.
Yeah, not tapping out and just going.
Yeah, I
until-
should have tapped out. Didn't. Made sense.
Yeah, yield
Well,
means
I
yield.
slapped.
This is how we learn our lessons. I'm a
Benny
little
at the
hungrier.
door,
I
big
failed.
Walt on the floor, baby.
Oh, speaking of, Janet eyeballed herself a few pieces of handsome meat for for consensual contracting of things like bodyguards and the mobster wife in her was like,
Big Walt.
yeah, big wall.
Also, if you're on the Discord, I think last week my beautiful MS Paint drawing of the Fight
right.
Club
I
is
should load it up
there.
and put the map up on.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you know what?
you
It's a
should, you
Discord
should.
exclusive.
Yeah, let's keep that fine piece of art Discord exclusive. Listen, that's what you get when I'm drawing it on my own over here, all right? I need to give you like a general like idea of what that place looks like.
So my plan is to build it. I just need to go build it in The Sims because as much as I'm loving Paralives, it doesn't have all of the options yet for me to like
Yeah, you can
mod
definitely build
in
it
the
in
stuff
Sims
that
for
I am,
sure.
but I could. So I need to do just like I did for all the other locations. I haven't figured out how to do the quarry yet. I want to map the quarry in totality. I may have to do like a standard top-down map of the quarry instead of like a 3-dimensional one in The Sims. But I'm gonna get some of these locations now that we're starting to figure out like what those locations are. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, take a look. I see Josh.
Yeah, I
recorded
just-
it, so there you go.
Replied to it.
We'll have a Paralives conversation another day, y'all. I got big feels, good and bad.
I've heard good and bad things about it. But that's the Bloody Nux. So we've got a map of that. So yeah, your last bit of aggravated damage is healed. And as our camera fades in for this particular session and a kind of gentle, cool breeze passes through the quarry, on your cold skin, Leon, you feel that breeze as you are, I don't want to say abruptly, but pseudo gently kind of pushed out of the rock in a way where, again, it's very similar to how you went in, where you feel the rock almost loosening like clay, and then as you kind of get shoved out behind you, you feel it kind of hardening as it forms behind you, almost squeezing you out like toothpaste in a weird way, of the way it hardens out behind you and eventually pops you out. And if anybody was nearby, you might hear a little bit of like the squish a clay makes as like you kind of just fall out of the rock itself. You realize that at this point, simultaneously, so would David be pushed out of the rock. And maybe there's a moment, where
I brush myself down, I take the dust off.
he looks at you maybe with an earnest look, and he's like, "How did you like it?"
I can't say I liked or hated it. It was probably the most still sleep I've had in a very long time, though. Weirdly comforting.
He looks pleased with that answer. And there's probably a brief conversation that you have, just some like good evening chat before he goes off and probably begins to either work on something. I'm not sure what his hunger is at, because I feel like he's also close to hunger 4.
We can
if
find
I'm
out.
remembering.
I have that control.
Yeah, take a look at his character sheet. I don't want to roll for him, but I feel like he was also dangerously close.
Has he cut me off?
He's on hunger.
Oh, I see him. He's
4.
below. Okay, yeah, that's right. He didn't do a demi-plane sheet. That's why I was looking in the wrong place. So his
Is he on 4?
Yeah, he's on 4.
That's what I thought.
He's
Yeah.
on 4. He got it because remember you have to rouse before you go in. It's kind of like the gangrel do into the dirt, and so he roused last time and got hunger 4. So my guess is his ass flies off.
That's what I'm guessing, but I don't want to make that because I know he knows he's at 4. So David, I don't know if he either flies off or there's a moment where he goes and gets Elspeth, probably. I imagine.
I'm about live FaceTime Bub.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Live FaceTime Bub.
I'm gonna live FaceTime Bub.
This is what a live show is for. You only get this in live shows.
You can't get this anywhere else. Okay, yeah, give me Bub.
High quality editing. That's what
here we
we're
go.
avoiding.
Hi, we're currently live on Twitch, and we need to know, after David gets spit out of the rock with 4 hunger, would David fly off and go eat? Ta-da! Sending. Let's see if we get a response.
Oh, okay. I thought you had him on a call. I was like, damn.
No, I wasn't gonna call him. Because he could actually be doing something. But I know he'll snap. I know that man will Snapchat me back.
All right. I'm obviously. So as David wanders off into the fog of war, and we're not quite sure what happens as we lose sight of him. Does Janet still have her morning, like if the morning or the evening rather tradition, if the evening is not immediately interrupted by some sort of very important task that needs to be done?
Yeah,
do you still, play your music?
Yeah, I try to play my music. I'm currently in my shitty bunker thing, cleaning out and getting rid of a body which was dumped on our doorstep by Leon that had no edible organs in it.
Nothing
whatsoever. I got no offering but cleaning and scrubbing bone.
So for ourselves, as David walks away, but our camera actually lingers with Leon still wearing the clothes he had on the night before, which I imagine are your usual, like jeans, sneakers, a jacket. And as you stand up, you're tall as fuck too, aren't you?
Yep, 6'5".
Yeah, I was gonna say 7 feet, but like, yeah, you know.
He's wearing his braces and the cap and everything.
You're like Liam Neeson size. You're a big boy.
Our camera kind of falls behind you as you walk out, and you remember he brought you into one of the tunnels, so you hear the echo of what song is Janet playing on this evening as things get going. Are you like? I feel like I don't know if I've asked this before, but is Janet like every evening is the same song? It's like that kind of like built in. I think that
there's a theme song. We all have our theme song that like gets us going on the treadmill or like gets us out of bed, and we know that it's good dolly. But I do think there's more of an aesthetic to, and sometimes it'll be, a little lighter, or sometimes that might be like Supreme
what
style.
Do we hear?
Yeah, what's
echoing
this
through
morning?
the tunnels as Leon, because Leon is not often woken up to Janet's routine. Especially in the quarry at this point, usually just spending it at your internet cafe. So, other than dead silence of I think we're approaching fall in the game now, early fall evening.
Yeah.
It's this music that is echoing throughout the quarry.
Yeah, I imagine Reba's a little too modern. I love Reba. That's a dot love. I love Reba. But I think you're probably hearing like Dusty Springfield, Son of a Preacher Man. Like still a little Southern, all lady class of like, you're going to look at 40s, 50s, and 60s music before we hit, the great rebellion of rock and roll.
Sure,
But
yeah,
she's
yeah.
definitely like, yeah.
So Son of a Preacher Man is what we
Yeah,
hear.
and Aretha
echoing-
Franklin also covered that song, by the way.
And like, it's hard to kind of get across, but it's quite eerie when like a single song is blasting in an otherwise open air, dead silent. You're not hearing traffic. The quarry is out in the middle of nowhere, like woods.
Yeah.
And you just hear, it's what you wake up and we're
you
walking
hear
under
a
the tunnel
song,
with you, and you hear a
right.
single song that is the entire quarry is just echoing through
And she's
itself.
like humming along to it. Here's a mobster's wife who's literally listened to a song about being falling in love with the preacher's boy and the things you did behind the bushes.
As you step out of the tunnel and we hear the rocks under your feet kind of crack and give and move out of the way, we see the moonlight gently kind of like kiss your skin as you step out of the tunnel and into the quarry, making your way, I imagine, down to where Janet is, and Janet being the only one around at this moment. It seems like Elspeth is gone. Obviously, David is
gloves
gone.
up to the elbow. I'm scrubbing like all the meat off of this bone probably because I don't have my full kitchen set up anymore, right?
No,
and
I imagine you're on the outside of the pod doing this too. You don't want to get the inside of your pod all messy.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, I finish scrubbing the bone in a thing and and it comes out kind of bleached and ready. And she has to grind it down. And I imagine she has something where she just like grinds this powder to fucking bone.
mill.
It's like.
You probably use some of
bread.
the leftover construction gear that you
like the
probably
cement,
had.
the cement.
I bet. I don't know if there's a role for this, but I imagine as the construction ended, there might have been some sort of negotiation between you and them to like keep some of the gear for body disposal
some of it
purposes.
we would need, like if we're gonna pour concrete for them and stuff, like we would at least need some of it. So I either probably bought it in the long run, or we're renting it until the business is like fully open. But it's still probably on site because more concrete's gonna need to be laid and those kinds of things. So.
Mm-hmm. So you see her decked out, maybe like a little like leather apron type thing going on out there, protective like plastic poncho or something over you instead.
It looks like she's been scrubbing the bathtub, but for a fact, based on what's in the bucket, that she's headed to this, probably one of those rock crunchers, how you take large pieces of concrete and you drop them in and it breaks it back down to dust. She's like feeding bleached bone. She smells like cleaning supplies. Yeah.
You failed your rouse check, Janet, right?
I did, but I'm only at 2 hunger.
Okay, I was gonna say, what is your hunger at?
I'm
But
okay
if you're
for
at
now.
2, you're both at you're both at 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you kind of walk into this open quarry area, and our camera like kind of pulls away from you to get both of you in view at this point, you see Janet obviously as the son of a preacher man comes to an end, and the grinding almost on cue also winds down. You look up from your work, and you see Leon kind of walking into the area.
Oh, late riser here, and I kind of slosh this bucket of bleached bone. Go put those in there. This is the last of what you brought to our doorstep.
And the water sloshes, and there's like a gentle but muted clang of the bones against the bucket because of the water in there.
Well, don't you look like a basket of oranges? I'll go sort this out.
Basket of oranges.
We hear that kind of open air question as Leon walks away, and you
She's
go,
trying to figure out if it's an insult or if it was like an actual compliment.
That's all right.
She kind of walks away.
God is trying to figure it out too. Where you told him to dump the bones?
Yeah, he dumps them in. Chad has informed me that machine that grinds down rock, stone, and concrete is called a pug mill.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's like a wood chipper, but for denser stuff, right?
Material,
like heavier stuff.
yeah.
So,
Fantastic.
and it comes out the other side, dust. And that's what we're gonna put the bones through it and come out the other side, dust, because she doesn't have everything she needs to be making Jello cakes right now. Okay.
Yeah, so we hear the clanging as he dumps the bones in. The machine whirs up and is deafeningly loud. There's no conversation that can be
Put
had while that
on your
thing's running.
safety glasses. Your safety glasses.
My what?
Your safety. That's how you lose an
I
eye.
can't hear anything. There's bones in there.
As the
It'll
bones
grow
kinda
back.
go, you see-
It'll grow back. I just. Yeah.
Some bone chips kind of start flying out, mostly dust.
Ah, God, one got in my eye.
I told you. Save your safety goggles.
Say, who's a god what?
And now the machine kind of comes down to a quiet.
Turn it off.
I slammed the stop button.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, what were you saying?
I was saying you should wear safety goggles so you don't lose an eye.
You can see the like blood trickling out from where a couple pieces of bone nicked at like the near your eye.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's
You should have like
Oh,
warnings on these things.
should I? I should
Yeah.
have some warnings. Maybe you should come with a warning. Hey, don't come near me. I like to drain you dry.
Okay, I was trying to start the night off on a positive note,
Oh, I'm
and
positive.
there's no
I'm
reason.
feeling absolutely spectacular
I
today.
feel like I hear that as you say that, you're like throwing your apron down in the most sarcastic
Yeah,
way.
oh yeah, I'm feeling so good. I'm like hanging it up. I've just clearly cleaned the house on a Saturday morning while everybody slept in. But I didn't just clean a body top to bottom for you. That wasn't me.
Oh, you didn't. It wasn't.
No, I don't know
Because
who
there
did
was
it.
no body.
The body fairies did it. They just came through,
Yeah.
cleaned it right up. We talked about this last night, so I'm not going to bring it back up because that seems a little nagging, and I don't nag.
Of course you don't. Look, I appreciate all that you do for us. What I was thinking for this evening is I do have to do a lot of work for you and everyone else. We've got things to follow up on. It's just gonna take a little bit of time to chill out after what seems like a little bit of a stressful period.
You think it's going to chill out?
No, but I was gonna take a moment. I was gonna center myself. I was gonna do all those meditation things that I got taught before I died.
Why?
Kind of control my heart rate.
Your
And
heart
the-
doesn't beat unless you want it to.
But my stress levels do spike. And I don't know how or why that works.
Why don't
But-
you know what? Do you want a milkshake?
No, thank you. That's
Okay.
very sweet of you.
Well, this is actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Your stress. I'm not going to speak for you, but with the considerable amount of dead bodies you've been leaving in your wake, I think I want to ask you, do you want to talk about anything?
No, I've got it under control.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure?
I talked about it with David. I do not want to go over this again.
Oh, you talked about it with David, the man who's in a full-on identity crisis? Did he give you good advice? Do you feel better?
I don't think he gave me any advice. It was actually quite refreshing.
Okay, well then I won't give you advice. I think what I'm trying to say is maybe we need to talk about I'd like to discuss your eating habits.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason you struggle stopping?
Oh, I don't know. It could be something to do with the fucking monster behind my eyes that really, really enjoys seeing people die.
I completely empathize very deeply. Ripping a liver out of a cheating husband single-handedly is the highlight of my day. But I can't just go around willy-nilly ripping people's livers out.
I don't want to kill people.
I know that. That's why I'm having this conversation with you, because I don't think this is the outcome you're looking for.
I have it under control. I know what I'm going to do.
Okay, well, let's
If things
talk
get
through
bad
that.
again-
Would you mind sharing?
I'll do what I used to do. I will just go to my son.
Okay, so dependency. That's your solution?
It is short term while I figure out exactly how to get a handle on where and when I can feed. I need to set that up.
Yeah, you know what? I think Janet Janetti here wants to help you with that. Let's, if it's not too personal, who do you prefer to feed on?
What do you mean? People with blood?
Well, okay, so you're not particular. I get it.
No?
I think what I'm saying is there, some people like to hunt their food. Some people likes for it to come to them. Do you have a particular flavor that suits your fancy?
Right. I have always just let them come to me. They always seem very willing.
Yeah, and you've been killing
Chance
all these
happens.
people on your property?
I killed 2 people on my property.
Okay.
They did not stay there for long enough
Oh, I
to
know.
draw attention.
Look, you're not in trouble. I'm not here to get you in trouble. I think what I'm trying
But
to
I
do
know that kind of thing worries you.
is relate to you. Because I, too, also tend to like my food to come to me. And I do tend to say, kill them in my home. So we have
Okay.
that in common, you and I. So there are some practices that I've put into place over the years that have kind of helped me, because the reality is I don't get the choice to stop. I either kill them or I leave them without vital organs, which is gonna kill them and make me look guilty. So I wanted to, just share that maybe Yesiah isn't the only person, and that you're not alone in having a difficult experience, feeding.
You get yours shipped in from Salem, right?
I did.
Did?
Did.
Well, I just went to see Annika.
Things are different, now that we went to New York and they took my house. And David. Those were the easy days. I've had to, adjust.
So you need a source as well.
Oh, no, honey, I have a source. Just an alternate
Oh,
one.
what's your alternate source? If you don't mind me asking.
Sure, since we're being personal, it's the mob. Who has more dead bodies than they know what to do with?
Hmm.
Plus, it's a win-win for us. They help fund the quarry. They bring their bodies to me. They think I'm dumping them in concrete, tying cinder blocks to their feet and throwing them in the water. The truth is, I'm eating them.
What? No.
But it's a win-win. It's a good cover. I want to help you get a good cover. And since your business establishment tends to draw in ne'er-do-wells, maybe we need to find you a good cover for, say, a ne'er-do-well going missing.
That's the thing. I don't need them to go missing. Not in the same way as you do. Like, I just need to get control over myself. I would have invited way more monster drinking, disgusting, fucking unwashed gamers into my business, but
Okay, I like this
I,
game. This is a fun game. Okay, if money and time and the Camarillas was of no object, where would you live? What would you do? What would you have?
I would have my PC in the back of my gaming
Wait,
cafe.
so your dream is to own the concrete floor cafe that you currently reside in?
I like it there.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just
congratulations
wish
for
there were
achieving your dreams.
I just wish there were more people around to eat. Like, Connor's nice and he doesn't ask questions, and I think he kind of likes it when I bite him. Or he just doesn't notice. I think he's got a problem with video games. And honestly, that's fine. He can stay at my place. He gives me blood. But,
For now.
I've managed to keep him alive by only drinking when I'm okay. But we've been so fucking busy, and I've been calling on my blood way more often, and
I'm
I don't
glad you
like it.
said that, because this is also a conversation I think eventually I'm going to have with David.
Hmm?
But I'm glad you said it before I had to.
What?
That, in the time that we've been in and putting yourself under stresses like the Fight Club and things, it does make you more hungry because, well, you need more blood. So as you said, a little self-control over some of our choices and decisions would be helpful, but also, now correct me if I'm wrong, those people, it's usually pretty easy to stop. So you're either a serial killer or you were waiting too long to feed.
Maybe I was waiting too long. I don't know. It's time has been hard to keep track of recently.
Well, that kind of leads me to the other thing I wanted us to look at tonight, which was fucking around with some time. You want to play with time?
No,
Yeah, you do.
I
You do. Come on. It'll be fun. You got your computer. I know you do. At least 2 in that bag.
hate this gentle parenting bullshit.
You're welcome.
Let's go fucking look at a bullshit time conspiracy, you absolute nutcase.
Okay, so I had this thought, right?
Okay, great.
Remember the video? Roman shows up to the door. Blam! Head. Right? Gone. You ran through the footage and you said that it had been tampered with, but you also found a sound file of a dual heartbeat, too, at a time with each other. Can you make them in time with each other?
You give me some time and I can try and extract the two, because it's just one audio file, but I can probably split them into two and then see what happens with them.
And then see, because, my question is it actually 2 heartbeats? Because no matter what, unless they're absolutely identical, which hopefully we would learn from this, is it 1 heartbeat or 2? Is it 1 heartbeat at a time or is it 2 heartbeats at a different time? Which is a totally different question. And you know what? Guess what? You doing this, it doesn't require any blood.
Was this something that Leon heard because you're a Malkavian? If I'm trying to remember correctly, the heartbeat thing.
That's a good question.
Yeah, because I think
if nothing else, he told us that.
Yes, he
right?
definitely told you guys he heard that. Now the question is, because if it's something you heard via because you're a Malk, that's not something you can necessarily line up in like tech. But it doesn't mean that you could go back. You might not even know if you hear it again.
The way my notes are written, is that there is the sound of heartbeats underneath the gunshot sounds.
Okay.
I noticed it because I'm a Malkavian, because there's all sorts of Malkavian glitchy bullshit that I've got.
Yeah, that was exactly. That was because you experience your Malkavian side effects as technological glitches overlaid on reality, or sometimes through the actual computer thing. So honestly, maybe it would just, as Janet is bringing this up, you might not even think twice about it. You're like, oh, that's a good idea. And it's only when you go back that you realize you're not hearing it anymore, and it actually was never part of the tech. And it was like one of those moments where you're like, wait, fuck.
It's
say like with Janet's excitement, you maybe even open up your laptop. We see you pop up in the laptop because you pop open the file. You see him open up the editing software. And maybe over the course of like 10 or 15 minutes, he comes to the realization that heartbeat was not actually part of the file. You can't induce that kind of thing, right? You don't have any ability to induce it.
I now have premonition.
Okay,
but
that's different.
That is different.
But okay, yeah.
I can't really the only thing I can
it just happens
use is across the web, and I can project my voice across the Malkavian web, and I can hear things across it, but it is not the same as a discipline.
Yeah, not as the same as like when
it's not controllable.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is like, you see me having so much trouble with this. I'm listening. I put on my headphones and I like squeeze them into my ears, and then like after about 15 minutes, I come back. You know when you crank up the gain on a sound file, and it just sounds like completely crackly and blown out.
Yep.
And all you hear is like maybe the muffled sounds of footsteps and someone opening a door, and like the click of a gun, and then just this of a gunshot like compressed so it doesn't kill your ears. And I play that. I take out my headphones and I just play that over and over, and I'm trying to listen for it. I'm like, Janet, I don't think it's there anymore.
Well, what do you mean? It's not there. It's a sound file. They don't walk away.
It was there, but not in reality.
Okay. Got it. Understood.
I really thought it was there.
I believe you, but if we can't prove it, it doesn't make much of a difference, you know. Also, I imagine when the Bruja and the gangrel talk and it goes to the sheriff, they're gonna want to see this video footage. So if there's anything we want to scrub from it, you better do a damn good job. Otherwise, we're
Okay.
just make a copy, so that we have one to give to them.
That's
Just in
that's
case.
fine. I take out a thumb drive, and I'm like, so is there anything on this that we don't want them to see? I don't think so.
It's
There's
just
any
him
point in
showing up to
editing
the door,
this.
right? Like top down camera, and then his brains get blown
And as
out.
soon as like the guy shows up, the camera like you don't get a good look at this guy because the camera glitches. Remember, the camera gets all fucking glitchy when he shows up. And then when
But
the camera
Roman can be like,
itself,
yeah, that was me.
He's gone.
There, I was there.
No,
I did get shot in the head.
Yeah,
okay.
well, because the camera kicks back on, and Roman's body is on the fucking floor, bleeding out.
And you immediately see us
That was it,
pull
yeah.
him in, clean it up.
Yep. You see all that happen. It's literally just the which while Leon might not know, and this may have come up at the time, there are kindred who have abilities and there are different kindred who have the abilities or the effect of being in front of technology tends to break technology.
See,
like
Janet
Nosferatu.
doesn't really know that, right? I don't hang out with Nosferatu.
But I imagine though I would imagine though because of security measures, if you didn't know it, Leon would know because he's dealt with security.
Yeah,
for
a
the past
camera
year or
and
so.
doing
So, like,
security on kindred that can't show on camera is a whole
there
thing.
are there are kindred whose the tech breaks when they're in front of it.
Okay, so let's just now that we're a little bit more level-headed, you know, there's not like a man bleeding on the doorstep like the last time we reviewed this footage. Can we just go back and watch it all again, dude? Just start to finish.
Okay. Yeah. So I put it up, and I take over like a weird editing rig with like a circle that you can scrub back and forth over it, and you can press buttons to go frame by frame, and then it change like.
Now that glitch
up
right
the sound.
there is when it happened, right? And it happened at the time of the gunshot.
Yeah.
What you're the technological genius. What this fuzziness, this glitch, what causes that?
I was thinking about that. There's really only a couple of things that could do that. It's possible they were inside your system before they got there. They activated this for the brief moment of time
But you
where
have
they
to
pulled
align
the
the
trigger.
timing perfect.
They would have to have like
the
millisecond
glitch
perfect
is like
timing.
mere
There was-
seconds.
And the other thing that can mess with technology like this is disciplines.
Wait, like a kindred?
Kindred. So Roman is definitely Bruja, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he can't fuck with your mind in any way that you're aware of.
Knowing Roman, I don't think he's that bold, at least not to me. He's been pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Down to earth and reasonable.
I've never heard a Bruja described like that.
Well,
But okay.
You haven't met Roman. I mean, I'm not going to say he's not, you know, a biker musclehead and he doesn't have the attitude problem. I'm just saying he's been respectful and appreciative, you know, that we pumped his body full of blood and let him rest on my cot downstairs.
That would make me appreciative too. That's fine. I don't have a problem with
Mutual
Roman.
respect.
I'm just saying it's not gonna be him. He turned up at our door to settle a beef.
Okay, so
not to fuck with our
which kindred
cameras.
can do this? Like technology it fucks with tech?
My clan?
So Malkavian, are you the only ones?
Nosferatu.
Okay.
And this is just purely going off what my sire has told me, de la Sombra.
Nosferatu, let's go back to that.
Right?
The docks where David showed up, Nosferatu territory. When David was taken over by this master character he keeps talking about, where he goes away and then he comes back and he's like, talk to somebody. He said the last time this master took him to those dogs, it was a Nosferatu who happened to have the box from the dogs, in which we reacquired and handed over to the Tremere, thanks to Betty.
You're right. That was the Nusra. It was like a deep, and he had memories. He was that blood magic? I don't know. It was
What-
some
What,
fucking bullshit.
memories?
You know,
Janet wasn't there, right?
No,
Did-
I
did
just
we not
I was
tell
all
you?
about the box. No, the only thing that we dealt with that night was getting the fucking box to the Tremere and then hiding in our little rabbit hole so we didn't die till we sold our soul to
you
Fia
told her.
Rinza.
Maybe you didn't.
No,
I thought you did
I'm
tell
sorry,
her about
no.
Did Betty want me to tell you?
Leon says that out loud as he thinks. It's just like
You're
Shannon
gonna
just-
have to tell me now.
Yeah, okay. Betty traded a memory for the box.
Traded a memory. Can I ask you to repeat that in a different way, in which I would understand?
A Nosferatu,
Uh-huh.
deep in their lair,
Uh-huh.
asked Betty whether she would be willing to give up a memory. I think of her choice.
Okay.
Maybe not. To give over the box. And then
Interesting.
he took her blood, right? And put it in a vial because the room was covered in vials.
So yeah, there
right?
was. You saw. Yeah, the way he did it was there wasn't. It wasn't super covered. It was like a couple shelves of them. But like he voluntarily, as you thought of the memory, he did some like he had a book out and he was like going over this. I think he was saying the words of the spell. She put her blood in a vial and then he sealed the vial with his own blood that turned into like a wax and he like put a rune on the top of it. And so you could be able to tell if it was cracked, and he put it up with a few others that also had the seal not cracked at all.
Yeah.
This was also a guy that you think you learned was named or nicknamed the Collector.
He
Something
was
like
the
that.
collector, and he was ugly as sin, right? He was
He was
still the
he was an
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. He lived in, or at least his office that he dealt with you in was an old underground bank vault, and the door had been taken off and turned into his desk that he sat behind.
Does he have
Yeah,
to have a
because-
lot of these memories?
You would
He
say
had
he
a few
probably had
shelves.
like 10 or more.
Were
Like
they
a dozen?
were they labeled?
I tried to look at them.
There were labels
They-
on them, but
there
not.
were
in-
I
Like,
couldn't understand it.
okay, so you couldn't read it. Was it written in plain English? Was it people's names? Was it like a code or dots and
It was-
daws?
It
It was
was
like
runes.
a symbol. Yeah, exactly.
Runes and symbols. I mean,
This is very interesting. All very important and
one of them glitched out, and I could definitely tell it was a kindred's memory.
Okay, so Betty traded a memory to get us the box. I have newfound respect. 2. All of this points to Nosferatu activity. All of it. The box, David, the docs, and now you're telling me that Nosferatu can fuck up the technology when they want to maybe shoot somebody in the head and not be seen on camera?
I mean, I like that better than a fucking time traveling wizard.
Oh, hey, you know what? Me too. But we're vampires, so who am I to say? More importantly, it would be hella fucking easy for a Nosferatu to turn invisible, sneak into a bullet factory, and get bullets early off the conveyor belt before they would hit mass market. That doesn't require a fucking time wizard. That just requires somebody super fucking sneaky. And there'd be no way to
Yeah.
trace it because those bullets aren't to market yet. Now, the real question is why a Nosferatu would want Roman and Roman's sister dead, along with potentially Betty's contacts. Hang on, I got them written down here too. They got little
This
Mutt took a
Mutt.
bullet, and it would have been easy. Nobody saw nothing. Everything that Betty has tried to dig up, nobody saw nothing.
And we were just assuming that the person who attacked Roman and Betty's contact were the same people that tried to shoot the people looking
So,
after David or looking
yes,
into David.
currently, currently our assumption is that this master character, whoever it is that David keeps hearing and talking to, that has something to do with this little vial he wears around his neck, is interested in killing people that were coming in contact with David. Potentially the same person that came in contact and put Magpie up to all his bullshit. Where is that motherfucker? Where is he?
You don't have to
He's
worry
back
about
at
that.
He's back at the internet cafe where you left him.
He's always
Yeah.
scuttering about somewhere like a cockroach.
He goes where I tell him to. Leave him alone.
Never.
Do you not trust
it's good
him?
it's good. Oh, I trust him wholeheartedly. He's far too scared to do something stupid. He just,
Yeah.
his fear, it feeds me.
I know, because you're constantly biting at him.
I have never touched him.
Yeah.
Except for the
But-
one time I picked him up off the street after hitting him with a car, but that is the only time I've touched him.
He's in pieces.
That
I
boy
don't-
needs a good mother. And a whooping.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to mother him or let him be mothered. Look, I think
I'm telling you.
this
people.
sounds like a job for Roman. We should go ask him if he has beef with Nosferatu. We should go ask him why. I mean, a Nosferatu would know that a bullet
Okay.
to the head would just be a
Okay,
warning,
we'll
right?
go talk to Roman, but I'm doing the talking.
Oh, good. I don't. Fine, whatever. I'm just making the plans here.
Are you grumpy? You seem grumpy. Is there anything I can do? Are you hungry?
Yes, but we can deal with that later.
No, we're going
I-
to deal with it right now.
If you only have 1 point, you can just go back to your internet cafe and go feed off Connor, like you said.
No, I can do better.
Better than Connor?
Yeah, would you like delivery?
I killed the last delivery guy.
Okay, but this is good practice. No killing this time because Janet's here. No killing.
Are you using your? Are you gonna? What do you?
No, I'm going to
do?
order a pizza. I'm going to order a pizza from some hole in the wall thing that's not going to have like a Domino's tracking delivery bullshit. And, whoever shows up, I'm going to order it from the nearest place so it's within our territory. And he can step right the fuck on over the line, and you can nibble yourself a pizza guy. He'll wake up. I'll leave the pizza for David and Elspeth. It'll be great. David loves pizza. And then when he's all done, we'll put him in his car. He'll wake up. He won't know I hit him.
I don't even need to take that much. I can just make him forget about it.
Perfect. Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
I'm not going to eat it.
Right. I feel like I should FaceTime Bub and be like, what does David like for toppings on his pizza? Okay. Yeah, so Janet will, pick up the phone to this place.
Sure.
And
order
just,
a little pizza.
yeah, order a large pie of something very, very standard. Yeah. And then when he shows up, Gina's like, oh, if you'll just put it like right over here, and kind of leads him around like deeper into the quarry, down around to some picnic table or something where he can be waiting, just like he likes to be.
Yeah.
You're just gonna feed 1 point.
I creep around the corner. I grab him, feed 1 point, and then use Cloud Memory on him.
As you do so, you kind of plop in your car. Even after a point, he's going to be very intoxicated feeling.
Yeah,
regardless.
Janet's like, oh, honey, and I'll kind of walk him out and put cash in his hand. Thank you so much. You should really go home. You don't look very well. You're kind of sickly from a mother. You should go rest.
Yeah, you put him in the car and you hope he makes it home in one piece. You are fed down to one hunger.
As a former Domino's delivery driver, this would be my nightmare. It should be. If somebody calls you after hours to a quarry to deliver pizza, you should not be there.
No, do not
You
go.
should not be there.
You're at one hunger, so you're feeling, as good as you can without killing somebody. And you pop into the vehicle and
Yeah, we're gonna go for a drive. Are you sure you don't want a milkshake to this great place on the way just around the corner?
It sounds like you want a milkshake. Let's go get milkshakes.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
No.
I love milkshakes.
I know you
They're
do.
so happy and colorful.
And it would certainly improve the color of the evening.
Well, I guess we can drink at the bar. We really shouldn't take a milkshake into a Anarch bar.
Wait. No, hang on though. Have you ever had a boozy milkshake?
A boozy milkshake, like with Bailey's? Honey,
I mean, you
I
can
grew up
do
in
Baileys,
Boston.
but-
I can drink Bailey's for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. So you need something stronger, like liquor 47, whiskey.
I'll just drink red wine. It'll be great. It's got the
Okay.
same color. Well, some, like a strawberry milkshake, but like in the liquid form. Come on. We're no milkshakes. We'll get milkshakes on the way home. Be like bedtime
Okay, yeah.
milkshakes.
We'll color code.
Yeah. And so Janet will take us towards. She'll do the usual, like park a few blocks away, walk the.
Yeah, you
Straight
walk
up.
into the bar. You make your way into the riot act for the first time, Leon. It's a typical dive bar. It's Anarch friendly. It's right on the outskirts, like right on the edge of Anarch and Cam territory. Kind of hit that border. It's more on the border, I think, is of Bruja territory specifically. No, I'll have to look.
It's on the south
Oh, no,
side.
yeah, no, it
it's
is.
on the
Yeah,
south
it's right
side.
on the border. Yeah, it's on the border
Yep.
of Bruja and Anarch territory. It's a friendly bar to both. And behind the bar, you would see Mia, the regular bartender here. The big thing about Mia, everybody knows, is that she's got a giant ass slash, a scar across her neck, and there are 9 different stories as to how she got them, each more badass than the last, as to how she looks like someone tried to cut her throat. Yeah, she sits behind the bar. She nods at Janet with a familiarity. And while you look around and don't see Roman immediately, it doesn't mean that he won't be here at some
Sure.
point during
Well,
the
and
night.
I'll cozy up to the bar. I'll probably order whatever red wine they have, which is probably a cheap blend, which is fine.
Barefoot or
and
something.
I will introduce Leon. Mia? No. What was her name?
I
have it.
I'm
I have
calling
it.
her Mia, but it's
I have
Oh,
it.
Mia is
Mina.
Sean's girlfriend.
Mina.
Mina. That's why I was close. Mina.
Yeah, Mina, with an N. So, Janet was Mina, hun, you're looking great. I wanted to introduce you to another one of our coterie. This is Leon.
She looks over. She gives you, like I said, a kind of a pleasant nod, and she looks over to Leon before she immediately looks back to you, Janet, and she goes, "This is gonna be another one of the." She wouldn't necessarily put it like that. I think she would just say, "This coterie member gonna be able to keep control of himself."
I don't know, Leon. We were just talking about that. Can you keep control of yourself?
I'm fully under control.
There you have it, Mina.
She just follows it immediately with what can she get you?
Red wine. Thank
You
you.
just see her grab a bottle of barefoot red wine from like behind her. It's already
I'll
popped
pay in
open.
cash and pay a little extra, whatever he's gonna have. Put his tab on mine. Is Roman in?
She looks around and then shakes her head.
Well,
Of beer.
A beer. I need you to be a little bit more specific than that, please. And she gestures on tap, in the can, in the bottle.
Can.
Can. All right. Limits your options. Guinness.
Sure. Feeling.
And she just pulls like that tall black can out of the the refrigerator behind the bar. She cracks it and goes to pour it into a cup, but before she does, looks to you like, do you actually want it in a cup or not?
I'll be all right.
She just kind of slaps it in front of you and slides it up, and just a big old can of Guinness in front of you. She pours you a glass of wine and then gestures to put the bottle in front of you.
I slide another 20 over.
yeah, exact. $20 is all you need.
Yeah.
The barefoot is left there. For you, Leon, you need to make me a rouse check if you're gonna.
I'm not going to.
You're just gonna leave the can in front of you.
Yeah, I'm going to be
And
rude.
not even sip at
we're
it.
not. We're going to find a booth. We're not sitting
Sure.
at the bar.
Okay, I didn't know if that was the plan. Sitting
Yeah,
at the bar.
Janet takes her bottle, takes her glass. I'm gonna go find somewhere comfortable to sit. You coming?
Sure. Nice to meet you, Mina.
She gives you like a lazy 2-fingered salute as you make your way away from the bar. Again, this place, I don't know if you were playing when last time we were here before, but it's like I said, you got your typical dive bar here. You got a TV behind the bar playing ESPN. a couple of pool tables. There's like a mounted deer head on the wall. There was a couple of I have to go back and look at my notes. I need to open it up. There's like a couple of posters of particular people there. You know, nothing special, but a pretty busy place no matter what hour you arrive.
Now we chill. Isn't that what you wanted to do?
Oh, I was kind of in work mode. If Roman's not here, what are we doing?
We're going to wait on Roman. You can't expect somebody to wait around all the time.
He should. He should be easy to find.
Are you easy to find?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she is.
Cheers.
And the glass dinks the can, and then he, as you go to drink your wine, Leon just
put it back down.
He just plops the can in front of him.
Why so grumpy?
I'm just thinking.
Okay, well, why don't you share?
There's just a lot going on in the city. And we are now with powerful friends. So why do I still feel vulnerable?
I don't know, kid.
Do you feel like we've made a good decision going in with Fiorenza?
I feel like I made the decision necessary to keep us all off the chopping block.
I don't argue that.
I can't say if it was the good or bad decision. We're still living the reality of it. But I sure enough don't wake up every day questioning my decisions when I still get to, breathe fresh air. And David's still with us. There's a lot going on. And yeah, we got more responsibility than before, but is that a problem?
No. I'm just constantly feeling like I'm at a loss, like there's a void right in the center here between a guy that can synchronize a videotape and an assassination and a woman that turns people into glitches and drags us down into the asphalt.
Oh, Liz.
It feels like sand.
Uh-huh. Well,
There's just a lot more.
Why is Liz bothering you so?
Haven't I made it crystal fucking clear?
Well, let's just say we're talking us girls.
Well, if it's just us, she's cute. But the reality is, if she is something supernatural that can create a barrier strong enough that I can't contact the rest of the voices I hear all the time, that worries me. Because I need to feel stable and in control.
Okay.
A month ago, I didn't believe in magic. I barely believed in vampires. And now, we have to deal with the fact that magic might not only be real, but also on our doorstep and trying to steal David from us. I want control. I would like something to protect us from that chaos. And we don't have that.
What if you stopped worrying about protecting yourself and we start thinking about a way to fight it? Because the reality is you can't protect yourself from the forest, kid. Wild animals, disease, bugs. It's going to happen. You can't tell Mother Nature. This reality is what is. But you can be the top predator in that forest so that nobody fucks with you.
That's what I'm hoping.
So,
If we find a way to counter and stab back at this bullshit magic, dealing with Tremere, dealing with mortals who can bend reality, or
well, we kind of already gave our fuck you to the Tremere. They gave a small fuck you back, but it was rather embarrassing, if I do say so myself.
I wish I'd been there for that.
Yeah. Can you imagine after showing up to court and being like, well, they took our map? Anyways, everybody wondered why I wanted that blueprint. It was just to see them squirm. I wanted to know if they was really watching, and I wanted them to know who was watching them. They figured it out. That being said, I think you're just a little overwhelmed with like a growth period. See, the been true, though we don't do everything right, do have a good understanding of the fact that transitioning into this lifestyle is not something that just happens overnight. And our livelihoods depend on figuring the system out. So they build this little cushion of like 10 years where you just live within a safe space. I'm really sorry you didn't get that. But what I can tell you is only a month out, you're doing a good job, kid. And you're not going to be able to take on the entire city's problems. But
You're right.
But I would encourage you to stop seeing Liz as a problem and start seeing her as an opportunity.
She clearly likes David.
Well, that's what happens when you feed someone your blood.
Yeah. I just don't think David has... I don't want to say what it takes, but he's going to have to do something to make sure that she doesn't lose it. And that something might not be very pleasant.
David is walking his own path. No matter how hard we might try to steer him or hold his hand and walk with him, in the end, he is going to have to find his way. And like
he wants to. He told me that.
And I have
He's
zero
going
doubts,
to have to.
But just because we want something doesn't mean we get it. I was honest with David. I have done everything I can to set him up for success. But to find that success, that's on him. He's got to figure it out. Now, that is not to say Gina Janetti is not here to have his back, take him bowling, and make sure he has everything he needs, and occasionally bring some things to the table to help him out. But part of what I heard from David so early on is you all treat me like a child, so I stopped. Now, I got us this far,
Okay.
and I made sure he didn't end up like a fucking science project right on a table. And I can show some matronly love within our little coterie. But I can't tell him what to do. Because in the end, he is still going to make whatever choice he wants. And the same's for you. In the end, I can't tell you what to do or how to go about doing something. But I
get the feeling you really want to.
I have a little faith. I know, Janet Janetti, faith. And it lies in the things that can't be explained entirely. Had you told me 15 years ago while I was slaving over some sweaty Italian man's laundry that I, Janet Janetti, was going to be chosen to take over a piece of the mob family, to live a wealthy life, to have a chosen family, I would have laughed in your face. But I learned the night that I put a bullet in my husband's head what opportunity looks like. And the moment David walked out of that box on the docks, I thought, I've never seen a big anomaly before. What an opportunity. Now, I wasn't there the night that all that crazy shit went down with Liz. I'm not sure I wanted to be. But you can take it as a sign of bad, or you can make it something good. And if she's going to be around for a while, because David, she knows the truth now. Also, by the way, if she gets a little weird about it and tells anybody,
Okay.
between the girls, I'm going to have to we're going to have to, I'll make sure it happens in a way that fine. It's going to be fine. But David, opportunity. Liz is an opportunity. And somehow they're connected. He's connected to her. And her to him. She keeps... Long before the blood was still showing up, the paths were crossing. So...
Wait, did they meet before the diner? Is that what you mean?
They met... Yeah. Because y'all went back to see her, right, Mathis? We met Liz, and then the episode where all the weird stuff went down is because he went back to see her.
You went to go get milkshakes?
They had crossed paths before.
It was a second time. Only briefly, I think he had seen Liz the first time.
And then he went back after the incident with y'all at the diner. And that was the night he spilled the beans that he had like wings and stuff. And she thought he was cray-cray and being human trafficked. And then, yeah.
That might have been after.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But yeah, it
That
was,
was after the
Yeah.
melting concrete. But the first time was before melting concrete. So he had seen her a couple times.
he at least seen her once.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Before.
Mm-hmm.
See, I assumed that part of the instigating incident for why everything in reality melted and turns into numbers was because a guy turned up and he was on his phone.
Mm-hmm. That was the preceding event. Who you learned through Liz had been a creepy dude who kept showing up looking for her even though he had been kicked out, which is why she was very grateful.
Does this diner have cameras?
I don't think so.
You're the security guy. I know you saw it. Think back. Subconscious.
No, I'll say no. This is like a hole in the wall diner. There's like no security there. If there
There's no
are camera
security
domes, the
cameras.
cameras are not actually running. They're not actually
And what
working.
happened to the gentleman with the phone? There was
He
music.
melted.
David always talked. Oh.
The phone was like melted into his palm. Like he was.
He
reaching
became
for her.
goo. He did not die, but he probably wished that he was.
Yeah, when he opened his mouth at one point, a dial tone came out.
Yeah.
And David talked about music. Did you hear music?
I didn't hear music. That's his thing.
That was only when you guys were encountering that thing at the
That was
bottom, the Tesseract thing.
the Tesseract fractal.
Tesseract.
Yeah,
The
you know,
fuck
a
is
four-dimensional cube.
Tesseract?
Yeah, so it's a four-dimensional cube. So you know you've got a line. Well, actually, 1D point, 2D.
What
no,
is
1D
it's a square?
point and line.
It's a 3D square.
Cube, hypercube. It's like if a square had extra squares inside and outside of it at the same time.
Sure, I'll trust you on that. Okay, so this cube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man walks in a bar on his cell phone.
Yeah.
His flesh and foam begin to melt into his hands. This is an inciting incident, is what you're telling me? How did y'all leave this out? How did I not understand that he was the inciting incident? It had nothing to fucking do with Liz.
I definitely said there was a man on a phone. I don't know whether...
We gotta work
I
on
don't
his
know how lucid
storytelling
I was at
abilities
that
because you
point.
would have been like, first, a man walked in. Second, his phone melted. Nobody said that. Okay.
There were three people trying to tell a story at once, and I can't deal very well with
This is
big
important. Wait, this is important.
And it was David and Betty as two of them.
Yeah,
so it was already-
yeah. Okay, so this is actually making a lot more sense. So you're saying that...
Which is why I'm very, very frustrated with a videotape that turns into static the moment someone gets shot and then a person disappears. And there's also apparently a wizard. I hate this, which is why I want to find a way to kill fucking wizards.
Okay, we should talk about your aggression. Killing people is not always the solution, and that's coming from the mobster's wife.
Anyway, you were saying there was opportunity. You put a bullet in your husband's head.
Yeah, I was saying Liz is an opportunity. If she is, in fact, say, connected to something that's a little outside of the kindred spectrum, as long as we can maintain it and manage it, she may lead us to bigger answers about David. This girl and his paths were just destined to cross in a very platonic way. So, I think it's a good idea to keep her around. And now that she's been ghouled, we don't have much of a choice, because if basically anyone finds out that baby David over here, who is a ticking time bomb in his own right, accidentally ghouled someone, she's dead and we answer for it. So.
I understand. I was just noting my reservations about the ghouling plan. I'm sticking with it, though. If shit goes south, we can deal.
Yeah. Yeah, no. There are many an option for putting Liz back on a path. Now, let's go back to the man with the cell phone. So he melts in a way and then things happen to Liz. Is that what you're saying? Like it affected her?
Yeah, because everyone at the place knew your name. And
My name?
I was very intrigued by that because you're saying that you turned from a wife to a mobster. And I mean, I knew
No,
you.
honey. I went from being a sex worker to a mobster's housekeeper.
To
a wife.
a mobster. I mean,
to yeah, sure. Yeah, to a mobstress.
Mobstress. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just intrigued by that.
You do. No,
There are
I'm
probably
pretty
cell phones
honest about the
involved there.
fact I killed my husband.
Oh yeah, but like I'm assuming there were a few steps beyond that. It's not just like
Oh
one
yeah,
in, one
10
out.
years of slaving away under Ventru law and order.
Oh, that was like
Oh yeah.
10 years now.
Well, I guess since we're being transparent, my husband was supposed to be the chosen one. His fat
Oh
ass.
God. I am so fucking glad it was you.
Oh, thanks. Me too. He fucked up, yeah, in a few ways. And, since he wasn't really very smart or charming or good at his job at all, when they found out that the reason his businesses was doing really well is because his wife was managing the finances, his boss, who you've had the joy of meeting only once. You were there for my sire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did not say a word.
He came to dinner and he offered me an opportunity to take what should have really all along been rightfully mine. Look, I saved for 15 fucking years for that man and those two boys. If all I had to do was put a bullet through his skull, I could have done that on a Sunday.
Your sire has this aura of being mean, but that seems like a very nice thing to do.
He saw an opportunity.
Well, the investment seems to have paid off.
Cheers to that. And I'll kind of clack to your beer can sitting on the table again as I down more fucking red wine. Okay.
I spilled Guinness over the table.
Yeah.
Does Janet try to go back to the phone melted hand again?
Yeah. This is important.
keep
I'm still
getting
trying to put this
off
together.
track.
It's important here. Okay.
I'm Malkavianing here.
I know, but I'm
Hear
going to
me
need
out.
you to focus. We're going to have to get you some Adderall. So, which we now know my purse has Valium in it, thanks to Liz. So maybe there's other mom drugs in there. All right, so stuff goes down. Everybody knew my name.
Oh no, I was talking about Bloody Nux. Sorry.
Oh, here, yeah. Oh, there, yeah. I'm not even worried about. We can talk about. That's a whole different thing, hon. Phone melting. Okay. Then what? Liz just freaks out and runs outside? Did everybody see it? Was it just you all and Liz?
It gets difficult.
Oh my God, I'm going to need you to focus. Did everybody around you scream and yell and ask for their
Okay,
mothers?
okay. What happened?
Do you need
Liz ran away.
Okay.
I tried to grab the phone out of his hand more literally than I expected.
Okay, so y'all in the moment were actually assured that the phone was the inciting incident.
Yes, but then there were milkshakes.
What? Okay. Why would...
That's why I don't like milkshakes anymore.
Okay, I'm guessing you went to have milkshakes.
Yeah. So then
Man comes in,
I went to
cell
get
phone
the
melting.
milkshakes from the counter and take them back out to the car because we were getting milkshakes.
Like you do.
Like we do.
Uh-huh.
But then I came back inside to get the ones that we'd missed, and I realized that the world was made of very small triangles.
Okay, was this before or after the man walked in with the cell phone?
That was the first thing that happened. That was the first thing that happened.
And he melted away, and then you went out with milkshakes and came back in? These are different incidents, like different scenes. Like this man melted like an Indiana Jones movie. And you took milkshakes out to the car and came back in for a second round?
He's got it. I don't know. Do you remember the order of events that happened?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Because
you're good. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, please continue. When does Liz come into the picture other than serving you these milkshakes?
So Liz ran out the back. I tried to follow her. Everyone else thought it was relatively normal. No one else seemed to, aside from maybe David.
You were the only ones who saw it, and you didn't even question that in the moment. Like, hey, did y'all just see this dude turn into a moppable puddle? Hey,
I don't remember what happened then. But then we went back out into the alley. I'd lost everyone by that point because I went to get the rest of the milkshakes. But
okay.
It's what?
So after you chase into the alleyway, after she's now, and I know this part. She gets knocked out, and David gives her his blood after the concrete or something swallows somebody whole, and then you went back in for milkshakes?
No. We were in the back alley. Liz got knocked out right before she was trying to climb into a manhole. But then we couldn't. Like, the ground really didn't want her to leave, so I lifted her out of the ground, but we couldn't go, so we had to go into the manhole cover, and then we went into the fucking fourth dimension. And then David sang to a cube. Okay, are you happy now? Do you really want me to relive this?
I see. You found yeah, I do. Why do you think we're sitting here waiting on Roman? So you followed her into the man-eating manhole, and that's where you found the test rat.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I understand now.
I know the order in which you told the events is so completely off.
Mathis, for the sake of everybody at home.
So in reality, above table, it was man with phone comes in.
Yes.
Leon goes a bit wonky. David notices something is up as well.
Okay.
Man melts. Liz freaks out.
Okay.
Runs out the back. Leon has a fucking Malkavian.
So the others chase after, and as they leave and enter the back door, you blink, and all of a sudden the entire scene is normal. And you actually ask the employees, like, isn't Liz supposed to be working tonight? Because Liz just left, and they're like, no, Liz has the day off, when you just saw Liz. So the scene reset for Leon, like the whole reality completely reset for Leon. That's why he got his milkshakes and brought them back out and then went back in. He's like, what? And then you went out the back door, and then the reality was like, whoop, and got really weird for you.
You know, after hearing this, are you sure you don't want a milkshake?
Why the fuck would I want a milkshake?
Well, you said it at least 20 times in this ass backwards story you told me. I had to go around my fucking elbow to get to,
So then he goes out there. They're getting sucked down by the concrete because David had flown overhead, and he rejoins them after flying down. And they're getting sucked by the concrete, and like Betty just like conks Liz in the head to knock her out. She's just like,
that's the injury. Betty was the injury. Okay.
Betty was the injury.
Betty knocks her out.
And you were able to get out of the concrete, and no matter how hard you tried to get away, every time you turned around, you were always the same distance from the same manhole. You could never get away from the manhole. So you decided, fuck it, we're going to go in the manhole. You went down. That's where you saw the hypercube. You saw animals stuck in the wall that you determined were actually in some sort of pattern.
Oh, you didn't even tell me about the animals in the wall. Nobody mentioned the animals. Poor animals.
I didn't remember about the animals.
Were these like, did it look like okay, I've got questions now about the animals. Was this like sacrificial? Were they for real? These like taxidermied animals that just meant to look the part? Was it for real?
They were real animals. They look like they were like half clipped into the wall, essentially. Now the Backrooms movies actually come out recently. Kind of like how like furniture is clipped into the walls in that kind of lore. That's the cats and the dogs were like clipping in and out of the wall, like clearly dead.
So, I know we was talking about like time wizards and stuff. What if it's not time? What if it's reality? You were saying that the entire bar or the diner reset, right? Like it was like it changed the reality of the
Okay, so
situation.
to be, Leon did not say that the bar reset. His experience of reality was like, and how he would have described it to you was like,
for him for a minute.
yeah, it got very confusing for him, and it would have come out as confusing, like, oh,
Got
Liz was there and shit went weird, and then I went to get milkshakes because I didn't realize Liz wasn't
right,
there
without
that
getting
evening.
bonked on the head by Betty. But I'm
Yeah.
still saying, like you know, manhole eating concrete is not a time problem.
Yeah,
That's reality. That's reality warping. Now I'm realizing we're at a bar. That's reality warping.
You actually say that looking up, and you actually realize you kind of like there's Roman is actually at the bar. He's looking over at you for a
thank
minute.
fuck.
But like he's like kind of eyeing you. You don't know if he's been listening in for a little bit or not. Clearly not wanting to interrupt your conversation. But he's hanging out by the bar at this point. But continue, like he's not going. He gives you a wave.
I was
like,
gonna say
a
I'll
wave
wave back. He can come over whenever he wants. Yeah.
He's not gonna leave. I want the conversation to continue.
So hear me when I say, what if our reality warping problem has, like with Liz, is entirely separate from, say, the issues we're facing with David, but because the two of them are so weird with a Y, they're like drawn to each other. And if he was in fact created with weird magics, right? And she's like a weird magics.
You can't just make hand symbols and nod at me. You have to finish your sentence.
Oh, their paths crossing, being drawn to each other.
Right. Okay.
Sorry,
so,
I thought that was,
like we're talking about
obvious.
we're talking about destiny and
Fate
all of that,
or
and reality.
Yeah, sure. If you believe in that
having
kind of
a
thing, whatever makes the
predestinate.
force or
No,
whatever.
I don't believe in that thing, but yes, I understand what you mean.
Hey, I don't either, but I do believe that.
Says the two immortal undead creatures at a bar. I'm sorry,
Right.
my bad.
Yeah. Existential
Look,
crisis.
Leon's
okay.
dealing with a lot of
I know,
denial right
it's
now.
Tough. It's tough. It's tough for Leon.
I think this was good, Leon. Mostly because I'm not going to give you advice, and I'm not going to mom you. But as your coterie mate, what I am going to say is you need to accept your reality.
And as she says that, and you look up, maybe break eye contact to kind of look over to Roman, as you maybe wave him over, get ready to. Leon, when you look at Roman for a moment, only for a brief moment, there is a glitch, as is that what would Leon refer to these things as? I would prefer to use Leon's language. Maybe glitch is what he used, but I don't want to. As these things happen,
I think he's started referring to them as glitches.
then glitch it will be referred to as a glitch, where as you look and it takes only a blink. When you look to Roman, you do not see Roman, at least not entirely. The face is different. You're looking at Liz's face. And only for a blink. And then you blink, it's that weird kind of like flicker effect before it looks like Roman again.
Fuck.
And maybe, do you say that out loud? Do you say like fuck out loud?
Yeah, he says that
Well,
out
no
loud.
need to be rude, Roman. It's so good to see you, hon.
He
It
smiles
is.
as he walks over. And he's like, did I hear something about, he goes, his first words would be like, good to see you, Miss Janetti. And he reaches out to take your hand like he always
yeah,
does.
I stand up. Here, have a seat. This is one of our coterie mates, Leon.
It is.
He reaches out to shake your hand.
No, Roman. Leon Roman.
Roman, I'm Leon. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, did he? You
slipped.
noticed Roman?
I called-
I called him
Yeah,
this.
you didn't even know it, but like Roman didn't even clock it. He didn't even clock
Oh
it.
yeah, okay.
Great, wonderful. I give him that
clearly-
little like kick under the booth.
And as he slides in to sit in the booth, he's like, did I hear you say something about reality warping?
Yeah, things have been a little weird. Actually, I want to get done with the business and then we can talk the fun stuff, okay?
He nods at that.
Are you, well, fun stuff later. Our shared little problem we've been looking into.
He nods.
Our coterie, came across another body in the woods nearby our place. Well, I say a body. What was left of it? Ash. Just dust. Come to find out it was a Bruja, and we're not entirely convinced it's
Gangrel.
Sorry, yeah, you're the Bruja. Gangrel. I that was a dot slip, not a Janetti slip.
Yep.
A Gangrel. I'm not entirely convinced that they're not all part of the same problem.
You think we got a kindred killer on our hands? You think it's something like, and he actually looks around and then like lowers his voice by a little bit. You don't think we're dealing with like Second Inquisition or some shit, are you?
So this is where things get real interesting, Roman. So the Gangrel, still Leon here, found out about their friend, which was the right thing to do. But of course, they are calling for more standard operating procedures of going to the sheriff now that, you were also shot. I know we had planned to keep our business on the DL because of your personal connections. But I wanted to be transparent that the Gangrel may come through to talk to you about it.
It's fine. I ain't got no beef with the Gangrel. They're good people for the most part.
I didn't suspect, but I wasn't going to be here to surprise you. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to give you a heads up.
Yeah, he continues.
Ain't nothing
to
worse
nod
than a
along.
bunch of Gangrel walking through your door, and you got to do some asking and questioning about yourself, you know?
Heads up.
I'm a Ventru, and even I know that.
He laughs and is like, the heads up is appreciated.
Yeah. So, they were very forward and kind of upset that we had not gone to the sheriff. So kind words on the behalf of us would be nice, because obviously we're looking into the same problem you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he simply says, yeah, like, you don't gotta ask twice.
I appreciate it, because the last thing we need is more fucking trouble.
I've made more progress on this shit working with you all than I ever did working on my own.
Now, speaking of progress, Leon here has a way with technology.
Yep.
Leon has been going through the footage from my front door to see if we couldn't maybe find something out.
So
And?
I looked at Leon.
The moment you get, blasted, the video cuts out just for that moment, which is
Glitches.
either very difficult moment to achieve technically, like, hacking a camera for that 1 second. I am also starting to suspect it could have been someone with a discipline fucking with it.
He nods.
Now
Why
would a kindred want to shoot someone in the head? You got beef with Nosferatu that would want to send you a warning like that?
And we did
I'm not sure.
find some other, we'll call it evidence for lack of a better term, that have pointed some light fingers towards the Nosferatu and other aspects of this case. So
You'd be hard pressed finding anything in this city where the Nosferatu's fingerprints aren't on it in some way.
the real question
And whether
is,
I've made somebody mad enough to take a shot at me, I've been around long enough and pissed enough people off where it's fucking possible. But I will say it's probably not Second Inquisition if that's the case. Not
Right.
only they're capable of timing it, but they likely would have gone on a full raid, try to blast everybody in that fucking building and killed all of you along with it. They don't operate
my
dirty like
question
that.
isn't it who has something against you, beef with you. My question is, what Nosferatu would willingly take an assassination job against another kindred? Unless he didn't think you was a kindred. And better yet, who is this potential Nosferatu? Which is part of the conversation we've been having.
He shrugs. That's half the issue with so many transients walking through this place lately with the issues in Chicago, across the Great Pond, out in England. There's fucking tons of people coming and going. Who knows who's trying to take a pot shot or make a quick buck before they move out of here.
Well, unfortunately, they took a pot shot on my doorstep. And it's caused me a lot of problems. So somebody will answer for it. But that being said, you seemed really interested in our otherworldly conversation.
He shakes his head at that. Well, he would nod his head, but he would just say, well, I heard reality warping, and it's kind of fucking weird to hear those words, so.
Oh, I thought maybe you was just interested or, a hobbyist or something.
Hobbyist of reality
Well,
warping.
science and space.
You do magic? I'm not talking card tricks.
Even Janet laughs at that one when he says it.
He laughs. He's like, we all got some unique abilities.
I just don't suspect, unless we need to get a second bottle of wine, that anybody here can warp reality at a time.
Are you dealing with magic users? Because that shit is fucking dangerous.
No, it's more of we were talking through our options, right? We've been talking about this video. We've been talking about there's no trace. This gangrel, there wasn't a trace of nothing there when he died. And so a physical presence, even if invisible or glitching camera, still leaves a trace of something. So if we go to the opposite end of the spectrum and we think completely off the wall, considering the fact that, the supernatural exists, what's the worst case scenario, which is, in fact, some kind of,
You know any of them? Or any of them would have like a reason to fucking attack you? Or me? Or my sister?
I am going to lie and say I don't.
You want to go ahead and make me a lie check, please?
Composure, persuasion?
No. Charisma,
Okay.
subtle, what is it? Subtlety?
Manipulation, subterfuge.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Subterfuge. Manipulation, subterfuge. That is correct.
I don't. I don't know. Nobody.
You mean he's going to make a wits insight?
I got a 1. I can re-roll 2 of those? No, 1 of those.
1.
I mean, it'd be better than getting a 1. I have the willpower. We're just gonna just roll
Go ahead
the
and
1.
do it.
Nope.
All right.
I lie really poor. I don't. I can't keep a straight face, I guess.
Well, let's see what I roll. It's not like his pool is huge for wits insight.
Yeah!
Whoa.
3. All right. Wow, that's crazy. So
I don't. Janet's a tricky bitch. Maybe she's lying, maybe she's not.
yeah. He might raise an eyebrow. He's like, look, I ain't trying to like pluck your contacts or nothing, but if you know one, maybe that could be a way to help fucking usher along this whole fucking figuring out who did it thing.
Well, if you find the contact, you let us know, because I'd be happy to take that person up on that opportunity.
He takes the hint. He's like, look, I ain't gonna prod for the fucking name. That's fine. But
That being said,
using all our tools at our disposal. Speaking of, how's Elspeth doing?
fine, nose in a book.
I was thinking of maybe working with her to reach out to my sister again. Maybe that'll help us kind of get us on the right track.
Yeah. No cemeteries, okay? We got a little brave, and it was bad news bears. So let's keep it to residential areas, safe spaces,
Sure,
no
sure,
ghosts.
I'm just saying, use any opportunity. If there's somebody who can manipulate reality in
think
some way, maybe they can like
she would
look.
be happy to help you.
Is there a way to? Yeah, you say that. He nods, and he goes back to the reality thing almost like immediately. Is like, is there maybe that person could like go back to the day that the shooting happened and see the moment of the glitch?
That seems unlikely. When I like, we will ask, but it seems really fucking unlikely at the moment.
What would one need to say do that?
He shrugs. He's like, I'm a
Is that like a premonition thing? Is that like a
Well, there was a thing about Bruja. There was something I heard about from my sire. Obviously, there's like chronomancy, which is
what?
I'm stretching credibility here. These are words and theories that I have heard. Please believe me when I tell you that I don't think these are real. Chronomancy in terms of blood magic, but also she said the Bruja had a way of traveling through time? Temporis?
Janet
That a
slows
word?
turn. That's news to her. She slows turn to Roman.
The Roman you would look at Roman. I mean, you can make a wits insight check on Roman if you want when you say this, but
Oh, absolutely. Why not? I'm not great at it. but-
I'm great at reading people.
yeah, messy success.
Keep talking.
Oof.
He would, and I get, like I said, you can make a roll for it. Janet, you're the only one that would feel certain about this. He looks like he genuinely has he plays as though he seems like he's never heard of it, but there's something about it that he doesn't seem like he's telling the whole truth when he says that. When he's like, I don't think I've ever heard anything like that fucking before. You're not sure if that's entirely true.
He probably has heard it. He just doesn't maybe understand it or believe it. Or, yeah, okay.
That shit is so fucking secretive.
Right.
But if anybody would have heard it, it would be a Bruja hearing about Truha.
If you think it's a good idea to contact your sister or try again, and if she can remember anything from that night and who was there. But if it is in those Nosferatu, you know, they can go invisible, be unseen.
It'd be hard to pin down, but worth a fucking shot.
I would agree. And just so that you know, we are obviously looking deeper into it, but I'll be honest, if we do get the sheriff involved, my hands are bound.
No, he genuinely seems to at least look like he takes a deep breath and nods with an understanding. It's like that reluctant, frustrated acceptance that if the sheriff gets involved, there's really not much he can do.
I'll probably, if he's got a drink, I'll kind of cheers him or toast him to that, because Janice also frustrated by that. She doesn't like people in her business, right? Right now, she still thinks this is her business. Yeah,
absolutely.
Leon,
so he probably looks up when he takes that deep sigh of frustration and looks in Lot's eyes and sees you frustrated as well. He'll raise the drink with you as you raise it and takes a swig.
It would mean a little bit of at least security, knowing somebody maybe more powerful than us is trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, to the fucking security and power of the Camarilla who keep us safe, blah, blah, blah.
And I'll kind of like tink a glass, almost, you know.
I put my hand on Roman's shoulder. I'm like, look, man, none of this makes any fucking sense. And it's all kind of bullshit, I'll be honest. And I slide my Guinness over towards him. But I feel like I'm missing part of the puzzle here. Could you explain your sister thing to me? I haven't.
He actually looks up to Janet when he says that.
Yeah, Janet will be sensitive. When David first joined the coterie, one of his first feeding nights, he fed from Roman's sister, his mortal sister.
Right.
And took care of her by taking her back to her apartment. Between David leaving, in which she was safe at her apartment, someone else showed up and treated her the way that Roman was treated.
David wasn't exactly fucking subtle about it. He was seen off of cameras numerous times beforehand, so it was easy to track him fucking down. I thought.
Yeah.
She had been drank and accidentally clean. He put a bullet in her head to make it look like an accident or a fucking hit. So I showed up at your door looking for a fucking fight.
Roman showed up for all the right reasons.
All the wrong assumptions.
With all the wrong assumptions, yeah. And unfortunately, we're assuming that whoever did, in fact, kill his sister attempted to do the same to him. Maybe knowing he wasn't a kindred or expecting that it would be bad enough that he wouldn't come back from it. But he had not seen the hospitality of Janet Genetti's house. No, he has not. And look at him now. He raises
his drink up again to that. He raises his drink up, takes a sip of the Guinness.
Basically, she kept you in the murder basement, but you're alive.
As he takes a sip of the full Guinness, he reacts to it being warm immediately.
Yeah.
It's just like...
That being said, this is why we think some of this is kind of all connected. And then again, to find this gangrel's ashes in the woods near the quarry, it does feel a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Pointed at the coterie. So it's beginning to get a little bit personal at this point. But that being said...
That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why put a bullet in my neck to get to you when we ain't even know each other at that time?
Well... Roman, you're a very smart gentleman. Who did you show up to harm?
David.
Why wouldn't somebody stop you at the door before you got in?
That other person was trying to kill David too?
No. I think that person is protecting David.
Why put a bullet in my sister's head?
Because she came in contact with him.
Motherfucker. He takes a long swig of the warm Guinness.
I don't have any reason to lie to you. And if for some reason this gangrel, also unknown to us because I am not David's keeper, came in contact with this gangrel, we're still trying to figure out why David. Okay, we're still figuring that out. I don't have an answer. But I can promise you, Janet Janetti is not going to give up until she fucking has one.
This is not the kind of protection we really want from whoever the fuck this is. And I do feel bad. I feel like we should still be making up for your sister. So
He's like, he raises his hands, actually brings me my other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Word on the street is you fucking in golden handcuffs now.
I guess you could say we've stepped onto a golden staircase. I'm still
Yeah,
crawling.
Fiorenza ain't nobody to be fucking with. Even I know that name.
Well, why do you think I did it?
You sure you know what you're doing?
I'm sure that we've made enough choices to keep David safe from whoever's hunting, stalking, or following him.
I don't get it though. I mean, that's the other thing, right? If they, and I ain't saying the pattern ain't there. If they're after David, why not just fucking off David when he was out hunting my fucking sister?
Because I
Or any of the numerous times he's been out and about.
Because I believe whoever's hunting David is living within the laws of the Camarilla. I just can't prove it yet.
But killing kindred's against the traditions. It's against the law.
Not if it's cleaning up somebody's mess, because you and I know, as long as shit is clean enough.
The only one who has anything against David is the fucking Tremere.
It's true, but
I'm saying the Nosferatu ain't necessarily involved, but
let's
everything points back to those blood magic fucks.
let's treat this, Roman, since we're just going to be real transparent here. Let's just take David out of the equation for a second, and let's say some kind of rare valuable comes into somebody's property and shipped into the city. Okay, and its owner believes it belongs to them till it goes missing during shipment. And then a whole city is in an uproar. If the Tremere wanted David first, somebody else wants the Tremere out of the way. Everybody's going to want the valuable item.
Ain't nobody... ain't just anybody who's gonna know about David, though.
Correct. Which is also what we are currently working on to find some answers to those questions. Because I'm sure, having met David, you understand he's a little different.
He shrugs at that, but like lets it roll.
I do want to let you know, David wears a lot of guilt about your sister. He tried to do right, you know?
Yeah.
That being said, it is the responsibility of our coterie to make up for the mistakes. And we will continue doing that, I can assure you. But the gangrel are coming. And they're going to want to talk about it. Please, just tell them the truth and leave our more secret side of this case out of it until we get answers. Because even if the sheriff comes in...
So...
I'm...
Either then... Maybe I'm off base here, but... So if the Tremere want David... And somebody else is trying to kill David or take David... Is David the reality warper, or is that what's so...
No.
Okay, well, he takes a deep breath at that. All right.
You asked why Fiorenza, and now you have an answer. Because she was the only person that could keep him out of Tremere hands.
Yeah, I just hear... you know better than I do. I ain't gonna tell you what to do.
Oh, honey, Janet Janetti, I am humble enough to know I don't know shit. But I can also tell you I am brave and courageous enough to fucking try. And it's really nice now. Nobody treats me like shit.
I just hear the price for Fiorenza eventually comes a calling.
Janet Janetti has always had to answer for somebody's price. And I'm still standing here.
Well, for what it's worth, everything we've gone through is still happy I'm going through this shit with you.
You know, Roman, I'll be honest. Bruja have never been my thing. No offense. We just share very little in common.
He immediately laughs and he goes, and honestly, fuck the venture.
Hey, but if you ever need your taxes cleaned or you need to move some money, you let me know, okay, hon? I got you.
He smiles and again kind of laughs at that a little bit, and he's like, "And you're the only honest venture I ever work with,
Ha!
and it's appreciated."
Hey, nothing better than good honesty. I have nothing to hide.
He goes to chug the rest of the Guinness as quickly kind of as he can, get it out of the way, as warm as it's become.
So, yeah, that was it. I look over to Leon. Like, was there anything else we should tell him that you feel like he should know about the video?
I think that is everything that we went over.
Right, above table. That was everything we had said we wanted to talk to him about, to like make sure he just knew that he would keep it cool. He would, try not to get the sheriff involved, but we'll deal with that hand if it's played.
Yep. Oh, and also, like you said, the gangrel are really nice guys. Have you ever been to the Bloody Nooks?
Couple times, not my scene.
No? Huh.
You're not like the violent type? I love putting my money and watching people beat each other up.
He goes, "I don't mind getting bloody every so often. I just don't like to do it for show."
Leon was in the fight.
I was in a fight.
He's gonna become a fighter.
He takes that note, just kind of nods when you say that. Doesn't rub the salt in the wound.
My jaw is back in place now.
He finishes the Guinness and kind of goes to stand up. "I appreciate everything. And if you mind if I swing by the quarry, see if Elspeth's there?"
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
Well, he just says, "Well, I better get going then. Have a good rest of the evening, both of you. Good to
thanks.
meet you, Liam." And he just kind of pats you on the shoulder as he gets up.
Good to meet you.
Okay, so that went smooth. I think we've covered our asses. That being said, he does know about Bruja and time stuff. He just doesn't think he knows. He knows.
Oh, I kind of took him literally.
No, hon, he was covering. It takes a liar to know a liar. So yeah, no, that being said, I think we're good. I have finished this bottle of wine in like 35 or 45 minutes. So the question is now, is it time for milkshakes? You want to go get like 9 mani-pedis?
I would.
I know clipping on that keyboard, I bet your nail beds are just a mess. When was the last time you had your cuticles done?
Cuticles? What's a cuticle?
Oh God, you wanna go get manicures?
I don't want milkshakes, that's for sure.
Okay, well we'll go get our nails done. Come on. I know this place. Well, on the south side. I know this place, girl. It's open late. Though whatever you hear, you didn't hear.
I never hear anything ever.
Oh, they're gonna just love you and your little coat and your whole goth. Come on. You want to do black fingernail polish?
It's been a while. Yeah.
I'll wave goodbye to Mina and leave an extra tip on the bar.
Yeah, of course.
And then and I'll stroll down. This is actually Janet's neighborhood. This is a neighborhood she kind of grew up in. Really rough side, south side of Boston. And yeah, there's probably one of those like nail places that have neon lights that's like still open at 8 or 9 o'clock because they're probably doing things they shouldn't, but this is the only time you can get your nails done. And we'll go in and I'll pay for manicures. This poor boy needs his cuticles
on the
done.
outside, it's like, it says opulent nails. The opulent's all in cursive, but nails is blocky in red and it just says nails. And you make your way in, you can hear the humming of the fluorescent lights as you walk in, and I imagine Janet walks in. Even if you don't, you talk to these people like you know them.
Oh,
like absolutely.
This is my friend Leon. We're gonna make him feel so welcome today.
One looks nails and whatnot.
A good soak, and he needs his cuticle.
Yeah, and they look at your hands and they're immediately like, "Oh, he does. He needs them badly."
And I know they're gonna look like that tomorrow, but tonight he will have nice
exactly.
Hands.
And
they're dry.
Yeah.
You get the works.
And you get to hear South Boston gossip.
Yeah, which is
he did not.
Ex.
Someone's
exactly. Ex is dating someone else's friend, and it's just a fucking mess of like romance circles. There was somebody who went out and had a drink with someone's ex-boyfriend right when they were dating their other ex-boy. It's a fucking disaster. And Janet is probably eating it up.
Oh, do any of them talk about their cheating husbands? Because that means they're prime time for eating.
Of course, that's why one of them is even an ex in the first place. And he was giving him she was going to give him a second chance, only to then find out he was actually sleeping with one of the other nail people here.
Honey. Oh, he doesn't hang out at that bar. You know that bar?
Oh, no, but he does hang out at that other bar.
Which
you know, the
one?
other bar? The one that's 3 blocks down?
Oh, I know that bar.
Yeah, the one that's somehow even cheaper than the one that she's talking about. Referencing the one.
Janet knows exactly the bar, and do I get a name? His name's like Danny or Chet or something.
Yeah. No, his name is Jordy.
Oh God,
Jordy.
Not Jordy.
Jordy.
Well,
Yeah.
honey, I am so sorry, but let me tell you something. All your trauma, my nails are beautiful.
And as you say that, looks
put
over
it
to
into your
Leon.
art, honey.
Leon's nails looking
Just
fucking
clean and clear.
excellent right now. Yeah, looking good, and you get a bunch of the drama before you make your way out. I imagine. Do you spend the rest of the evening just kind of like taking it easy?
Yeah, I mean, unless Leon has somewhere else you need to go, because I mean, we rode down in one car, so I take him back to his car, or if there's something else he wants to check out while we're together.
You make your way back to the quarry. His car is still at the quarry. If there's any more conversation between the two of you, you have it now. Otherwise, we'll kind of move to wrapping it.
Yeah, I think we've covered most of our bases. There's still Leon is now doing a laundry list of research that he needs to do. He's like, I'm gonna hack this place, and then I'm gonna hack this place.
On the way back, she goes, "You want to skip milkshakes and go do crime instead?"
Go do crime?
Yeah.
There's
that
more
next
crime we
round
can
of
do.
those numbers that we left running for the last 48 hours, they're ready.
Mhm.
You wanna go dig in some people's bank accounts?
Oh yeah, is that back at the quarry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's look through the numbers because that would be fun.
Music to my ears.
Let me open up that thing. I can get you where you're at that point.
Yeah,
But
so we got 6. This would be the we've done second piece of information if it makes
Yeah,
sense. So
moving
we've
on
got
to the
two.
second. It's got to scroll up on my enormous notes
let me
list.
write
But
some things down. And again, he has to do the hacking piece. I just do the number reading and like trailing piece of it.
yeah, exactly. Hang on.
And this was in relation to the
Bullet.
The bullet.
So basically, we ran the company, and then that here. Actually, let me just roll you through my notes here. I've got a little locations.
Yeah.
Halberd Manufacturing.
We're gonna do a road trip. Not today, but eventually.
Possibly, though.
As long as
maybe
it's
just with
before
us
the date
hacking
that
into the
it's
cameras.
supposed. Yeah. How you expect me to find a bullet on all those cameras?
No, but if there's a glitch.
Oh, going back through their systems. Yeah, we could.
So we
okay,
know
yeah,
we
fine.
can figure out the date in which Roman was shot based on the video footage we currently have from my security camera.
Well, we were there, so we know when
So
it was.
we know at least the point at which the bullet had to be taken beforehand. We know. Okay, here we go. So what we know, they produced the bullet that killed Roman's sister. They create precision ammo, not weapons, since 1987. Reliability American made. Produced ammunition, not guns. High security. They were originally an R&D facility. This is what we got the second time around. And then Dale Hutton is the plant manager. Ex-military. Special requests for specialty ammo owned by Cumberland Industrial Holding. That's the second piece that we got. So Halberd Manufacturing is owned by Cumberland Industrial Holding. They have 340 employees, 58 million annually is made, and then that led to Argus Sporting Goods Group Inc. and then somewhere in Delaware is the note I have.
Yeah.
They're located somewhere in Delaware. So that's what we know.
Nice. I mean, I'm gonna
have to. I will get back to you with what's next because I have to scroll through all this shit and I can't find it.
That's fine.
Shall I just do a roll for the time being?
She already
Yeah,
did.
well, I did the finance, but he's got to roll the tech to keep
Oh,
going
yeah,
deeper, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and make me your intelligence technology roll.
Yeah.
I did take a nice.
I'm gonna willpower re-roll that. We've had a
Yeah,
good
you
day.
got the full 3. Hey.
Okay, for 6 successes. I'm digging
Here
into
it
their
is.
accounts like nobody's business. Well, their business.
Probably
and
oh my
our
god!
business.
Did you see his password? How dirty!
I wouldn't call steak and bake 69 dirty. Is steak and bake a
Oh.
thing?
No, but 69 is.
Yeah. Like that's
So,
real.
you discover out of all of that, out of all the money they make annually, the 58 million, I think I said,
Yeah.
about 10 million of it is unaccounted for production capacity. You don't know where 10 million of it is going. You're able to trace it back to its original shell company of Endron, Endron, not Enron, but Endron, which you learn is also owned by a company called Pentex Incorporated.
Pentex.
And that's where your night with your roles, Josh, earns you. You break the shell company and you come to the realization that Enderon is the final shell company, but they're being owned by Pentex.
And I'm assuming
You know nothing
that,
about Pentex.
Yeah, we don't know shit about Pentex.
No.
But I will very soon. It's in my notes now.
Josh is having an external freak out
That's okay.
from that name.
It's going to be fine. It's going to go.
We're so fucked.
Opportunity. See the opportunity.
As you make that, though, your night kind of winds down. But before we close completely, we end with the scene at the internet cafe. Our camera is actually focused on the inside at table level. We're actually like really close up to the hand of what we imagine belongs to Connor on a mouse. We can hear the game running in the background. The camera's entirely in focus. And we can see the front windows from this angle because his back is to the front windows and we're facing his front, though we can only see his hand. And out of focus, we could see the car lights of Leon's vehicle rolling up for the evening. The hand never moves. It never even twitches or clicks. And as the front door opens and we hear the bell, our camera changes focus to seeing Leon, though we never move from the spot. And Leon walks up, and Leon, you come to the realization that Connor is there. Head lilted to the side, body slumped forward, as his hand lingers on his mouse, having left there. And openly, very clearly on purpose, as his head is lilted to the side, you see 2 puncture marks on his neck. As you approach and maybe even check to see, he is still breathing. He is not dead, but he has been fed on. Entirely unbeknownst to seemingly anyone in here, because Connor is the only one fucking in here. And as Leon looks down, maybe runs his fingers over the puncture marks and stands up to look around, and you see nobody around, we cut to black. And we'll be back next week. We'll be back next week with another episode. No, Connor's alive. He's alive. He's just been openly fed on.
Well, that's a no-no.
He's a little shit, but he's my little shit.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Thank you guys for hanging out with a shorter little duo episode for us this week.
This was fun.
We'll be back next week with another episode. We're off. I don't think there'll be a mini-sode for this one, but we'll be back next week with a regular episode. Appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Next week is Gen Con.
Yeah, next week is Gen Con, so it's real iffy, but definitely the 8th, gang. We'll be back for the 8th. So.
We'll be a full episode on the 8th for sure. Thank you for dealing with us through con season. We'll be back to normal soon enough. We'll see you next time.
Bye.